Maseratis get a lot of hate because a lot of people wrongly assume that they have cheap interiors and that the customers only buy them because they want the beautiful Maserati logo to be displayed proudly on the front so everyone knows they're rich. But it's not actually the fact. Maserati has some pretty cool cars, and I've got to say, this Levante is probably my favorite SUV of all time. Under the hood, there are several engine options. You can get either a base V6 engine with 350 horsepower or a twin turbocharged V6 engine that puts out 420. And that powertrain was actually developed with input from the Ferrari powertrain development team. So it's got a really great sound to it. I don't like the way V6 engine sounds, and I don't like the way twin turbos sound, but they sound pretty great in this car. Even though it's a twin turbo and a V6, somehow they made it sound really good. A little bit too raspy for me, but still, for an SUV, it's pretty sick. And it also has an active transfer case that can send all the torque to the rear wheels, or it can have a 50-50 split with all-wheel drive, and it has an 8-speed ZF automatic transmission. As you can imagine, that powertrain helps the Levante to perform very well. It goes 0 to 62 in 5.2 seconds and reaches a top speed of 164 miles per hour. But it's also pretty good handling because it has the lowest center of gravity in an SUV. It's the only SUV to have a limited slip differential. It also has standard torque vectoring and electrically power assisted steering. Now, I don't know if all those superlatives have been updated to reflect the recent released Lamborghini Urus, so I don't know, that might have a limited slip differential, might have a lower center of gravity, but Maserati still claims that this is the only SUV to have those things. So overall, a great setup. I'm sure it's very well handling, especially for an SUV. Moving on to the exterior, I've really got to say the looks on this Maserati are, in my opinion, the best out of any other SUV. I admit the Mazda SUV that they have, I can't remember the name of it, the back end of that car looks pretty good, but the Levante just completely outclasses every other SUV, in my personal opinion. I really love the super angular Maserati style grille up front, bi-xenon headlamps, standard 19-inch rims, available 20 and 21-inch rims. I really love the long low hood here that give it some really cool coupe-like proportions, really muscular fenders here, give it some really nice lines. And in back you have quad tailpipes. So the exterior of the Levante is absolutely spectacular and stunning. The interior is pretty nice. It's not the best, maybe not as great as the exterior, but it's still pretty nice. You know, you've got some classic Maserati touches. A lot of people get on Maserati for having really high prices, like it's a luxury car, but then having cheap quality interiors with lesser materials. But you know, just feeling everything here in the interior, I spent a little time when I just got in feeling around everything. It's all put together really well. Nothing's really creaky. Nothing feels too plasticky to me. The leather is nice. It's not the best interior. It's not like something you would find in Porsche or Lamborghini, but it's a good interior. It is definitely on par with manufacturers like, you know, Mercedes-Benz and Lexus. They're definitely up there. Now, there are a couple different ways you can get the interior. You can have either the base model interior, which is what we see here, or you can get the GranSport trim. And what that is it's really more track-focused interior with sporty seats and steering wheel and available carbon fiber accents. If you don't want it to be sporty, you can also get the GranLusso interior, which is more luxury-focused with nice fine leather and wood trim and silk. But they all come with comfortable 12-way power-adjustable seats, hand-stitched leather, an 8.4-inch Maserati touch control infotainment system, available Harbin Kardon or Bowers & Wilkins sound system, and 20.5 cubic feet of trunk space. As far as the actual design goes, it's okay. You know, I don't really like the way that the air conditioning vents are sideways like that. I think that kind of looks weird. Something I pointed out in my review of the Gran Turismo a couple months ago was that the logo on the steering wheel looked out of place in that car. It's a little weird in this car too. It feels like it should be bigger and stick out a little more. Makes the steering wheel look a little weird like that, just a little out of place. The clock up here, I appreciate that they're trying to put fine touches in like that clock, but again, it's kind of small, kind of pinched. I don't really like it that much. So the actual design isn't that great. It's okay, but the features are great. And speaking of features, the Levante is available with a whole host of driver assistance features that are so vast, I'm going to actually read them off this list here. It comes with a traffic sign recognition, lane keep assist, surround view camera, adaptive cruise control with stop and go, forward collision warning, hill holder, and a hill descent control. There are a lot more available options, but those are just a few that I think are important to mention. Great interior, great exterior, great powertrain, makes it a great car. Alright guys, there you have my full review of the Levante, as well as my reasons why it's my favorite SUV. As always, make sure to like this video, comment below, and go ahead and check out my channel because I've got a ton of exotic supercar and hypercar reviews up. So remember to subscribe. And also a special thanks to Maserati Alfa Romeo St. Petersburg, just off of Gandy Road, for providing me with this fantastic Levante to review today. You can check out a link to their inventory below.